Hey there, hi diddly do there. Alright now. Alright now, let's get on. Alright, wait, are we even on? We're on, right? Yeah, I made sure to press start stream, so. Ah, sorry about that. Sorry about it, it's winter, so you know. Alright now. Opening prologue of Indumati. Alright. Stupid sniffles and sneezes. Come on, man. Long ago, the old universe was destroyed in a terrible darkness, followed by red blood-stained ink swept across the land, and birthed horrors not meant to exist in our universe of Earth-I. These beings, the great evils and their horde, Legion, were led by the great and terrible Queen of all evil, Lilith. Alright, next paragraph. Please. Alright, now. But just as all hope seemed lost, a little light appeared, born of the Creator's own hands, which brought forth the goddess of creation, the celestials. Together they fought against Lilith and restored the light of justice and order to the universe. And then the goddess of creation wanted to bring back the old universe along with new creations. So she first created and restored the main hub of humanity. Come on now, please stop getting tongue-tied. So she first created and restored universe of Earth-I, a world which she populated with her first creation, humans. Humans had been given the power to be co-creators with the goddess and her children, in order to create worlds after themselves, to decide what said world should be filled with, and to bring forth their creations, the tulpas. Things born of pure imagination, and both given the power of the celestials, were once the only ones who had true arts channeled through powerful mediums, born of their own hearts and minds. However, some celestials were unhappy with this and saw it as a threat to their order, to their world, and, with pride and prejudice in their hearts, decided to trick the first of the humans. These traitors stole the prison of the great evils, the box of evils, and their leader, the Muse of Darkness, and tricked them into tricked them into thinking it was a gift, and tricked humanity into thinking it was a gift from the goddess of creation. However, it was stupid sneezing. Come on, man. Sorry about that. I don't like. This is why I don't like winter. I'm sorry. Hold on for just a minute. We have an ad break in progress. Thank you for saying my sneezes are blessed, and I appreciate that. Although, given how much they're interrupting my stories, it's a little bit, annoying. Alright, and the Muse of Darkness tricked humanity into thinking that the box of evils was a gift from the goddess of creation. However, it was a plan to infect humanity and their creations with the great evil's dark malevolent power, and to infect tulpas in the worlds created from human imagination. When humanity opened the box of evils, suddenly their psyches, their wills, and their imagination were twisted, and the seed of evil corruption was bred in their collective mental space, in a collective unconscious, which is a world in Indumati's lore, but we'll get into that later. And they became infected with the horrors from inside the box of evils. Suddenly, tulpas, being born of the horrors of the great evil's corruption, being made from twisted desires, mad visions, warped ideologies, the worst of delusions, the darkest of madness itself, were born, and then every tulpa in the worlds became infected with this horrible evil. The Muse of Darkness and her followers thought that this would give them the excuse and justification they needed to exterminate humanity and their creations, and to use the results and what they planned to do as an excuse to take over the celestial realm from the goddess of creation for their vision of order, their way. But the goddess saw through their ruse and instead punished them, stripped them of their title and status. And broke them away from her children as celestials, and cast them down, and gave the curse to her little children, the former celestials who betrayed her. The spider will come along and destroy each of you and repay your venom with venom. After that, the goddess created a small light in the darkness and the chaos of human imagination, refracting it in various ways, given life, shape, and form by human imagination in various forms and shapes, and and from that, heroes were born. One such heroine, born of the descendants of tulpas and humans, who would wield a weapon, who would wield the weapon and who would wield the moonlight as a weapon, and would be created after a plan to unite other heroes and defeats not only her corrupt former children to punish them for their misdeeds, but also destroy the great evils in Lilith once and for all. And that one would become the bearer of the true art of the moon. Evil tried to take away the light of the moon's light to steal its power, which was Sariel, which, we'll get into that. Yeah, that's one of, that's one of Lil's, that's one of Lil's remaining children there in the lore. Evil tried to destroy the people this hero... Alright, evil tried to destroy the people this hero would be born to, the Arcs, to try and prevent the hero's coming. Which is, what happened to Lilith. Whoops. I misspoke. I'm sorry. That happened to Indumati. You guys probably already know that. I know you already missed the lore stream and this one's almost over. But she came regardless. The lights of the moon she carried would never ever go out and reflect the light of hopes and dreams, born of the ideals of heroism and the hope the world had against their oppressors. And the hopes the world had against their oppressors. And that is how Indumati Evening Night would be born. By the way, how did you guys enjoy that? I must thank you guys very, very much. Great, thank you very much for listening to me, and I highly appreciate it. Stupid sniffles. I'm sorry about that. It's freaking winter, Alright now, feel free to... Alright now, I'm pretty sure I might have stumbled over my words and, might have misspoke a couple times, but I think I did pretty well for today. Alright now, how do you guys like this, by the way? Alright now. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, my health is not what it used to be, unfortunately. Alright now, just let me go look for somebody to raid real quick. Alright, let's see, who's on. Oh, I know who to raid. Alright, let's go. Oh, I'm not sick, don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not sick. At least I don't think so. I just have a bit of the sniffles because it's winter. And that's just how it goes. Alright, now let's go raid Zarzak real quick, huh? And I must thank you again for listening to this. And I highly appreciate it. Thank you for coming here. Alright now. Nope. And of course this video will be up on YouTube later for everybody. Anyway, see you later. Oh yeah, in the description I'm probably gonna later share it, the link to DeviantArt. Alright now. Anyway, see you later, guys. Bye. Remember to fly like bat and shine like the moon, for we are stuff dreams are made of. Goodbye.